Okay, so this is the first lesson of your grade 10 textbook, which is perimeter. So we are considering here about the perimeter of plane figures. So what is plane figures? Plane figures means the figures that you can draw on a sheet simply. So when you're considering a square, a triangle, a circle, you can draw it on a paper like this. So if this is a paper, you have this direction and this direction. So you can just draw it like this, a circle. So a triangle, you can just draw it like this. But if this is not a plane figure, what will happen? So a sphere, a cube, you cannot draw it on a paper. You can just draw in a aesthetic way, but you don't have a proper way to draw it on a paper because it has 3 dimensions, which is length, width, and height. So in this case, you have 2. So that's a extra thing. So you should understand. So these are the plane figures. So don't try to memorize these things. You have to just see how it happens. For a rectangular, what is perimeter? Perimeter is the length in the outward boundary. So you can just sum up. So starting from here, this plus this plus this plus this. So you can see it is 2 times length because of this times this plus this, 2 times length plus 2 times breadth, this plus this. So you can get the perimeter from this equation. So for a square, it's the lengths are equal in every side. So the perimeter will be 4 times the length of a one side. So triangular perimeter is same. You have to just sum up the uh, length of 3 sides. So for a circle, you have a equation. It's 2 5 radius, which is we write it as 2 5 r for our easiness. So the radius of a circle you can get by 2 5 r. 5 means the value of the 5. 5 is 22/7, or which is equals 3.14. So for a circle, if you know the radius of the circle, you can find out the perimeter of the circle by 2 5 r. So let's move on. So this is just a review exercise. You can just go through easily. So this one is 20 plus 10 plus 20 plus 10, which is 2 times 20 plus 2 times 10. So likewise, you can go through. So I'll do this one for you. You may know probably. This is as mentioned in here. The equation is 2 5 r for a circle. For the perimeter, it's 2 5 r, which is equals 2 times 5 means the 22/7. Radius is 7. So this 7 and 7 will be get divided, and the answer is 44. What's the unit? This is a length, as this is a perimeter. So the length of the unit of the length is centimeters. So 44 centimeters. So in this case, how we can proceed? Let's start from here. These lines indicates that the lengths of the members are equal. So if this member is 3 centimeters and this has one line here and one line here and one line here and one line here, it means all the members which has drawn a line are same. It means this 3, this one is 3, this one 3 is 3, this one is 3 also has given. So you can sum up the members length. So this one is 3 centimeters. Just write 3 plus. So this is 3 and this is again 4. and this is again 3 plus this is 6 plus this is 3 again and again 6. Now you have the problem. So you have to find out this member. So in order to find that member, you can use the Pythagoras theorem. So how you can use? If this length is x, x equals, this is a triangle with a 90 degrees angle. X equals the sum of the squares and the square root, which means 4 squared plus 3 squared into the square roots, which is 25 square root, which is 5 centimeters. So you have to write all these steps. You have to multiply sum up these two and write the step, and like that when you are doing for your exams. So this one is 5. Again you have to multiply, sorry, the add this. So you will get the answer like 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 plus 3 is 10, 16, 19, again 25 plus 5, 30 centimeters. So likewise you can go easily through these examples. This is just a review exercise from your previous knowledge. So now in here we considered a circle. So the new thing here is we just only consider a sector of a circle, which means a part from the circle. So it means that here in this figure, it shows that only a one part. So it has colored from the blue color. So this is just a sector. So how to indicate this sector? You know that if I draw a circle like this, and this is my this is the center of the circle. So the total angle around this center is 360 degrees. It is 360 degrees, right? So how to call this sector is this sector, how we can call this sector is, this is theta over 360. 360 means the total angle around this center. Theta is the angle of the sector which we want to get. So it's for this case, this is a theta over 360 sector. Theta over 360 sector, which means this one, theta over 360 sector. So the when it is 180 degrees, it means theta equals 180. This will be the picture. So we call it as a semicircle. So if we get as a indication, it will be 180 over 360, which is half. It's a half circle. We call it as semicircle. So this case, it's 90 degrees. This thing is same, 90 over 360. So it's quarter. It's a quarter of the circle, like this. So now the thing is, we are in the lesson of perimeter. So we have to consider about the perimeter of these things. So before going into the perimeter, the hardest thing you have is to find out the length of this arc section. So how we can find the arc length? So for a total circle, you know the equation, it's 2 pi r. So but for a particular section, so you have to consider it furthermore with the angle of the arc. So you have this 2 phi r thing, the total circle. 2 phi r means the perimeter of the total circle, which is the angle around the center is 360. So let's consider for a half circle. Half circle. What will be the length of this arc? Perimeter. So this perimeter is equal to the what you know is this equation 2 phi r. Let's no sorry, this is not perimeter, this is just the length of the arc, right? Let's take it from L, this length as L. This is not a straight line, right? This is this arc. And this as R, and the length is L. So in order to find out the length of the arc, what you know is this equation 2 phi r. 2 phi r. Now what? This 2 phi r gets the whole length of a full circle, but what you need is just a 90 degrees thing. So how you can find out this length? So the simple proportionate method. You can multiply this by 1 over 360. Now what happens? 1 over 360. 2 phi r times 1 over 360. Now what happens? So 2 phi r is for the perimeter of a 360 degrees circle. It means a full circle. Now we divide it by 360. Now this gives the perimeter for a 1 degree angle, as this has divided by 360. But what you need is the perimeter for a 90 degrees circle. So now you have the perimeter for a 1 degree. Now what you want is for a 90 degree. So you just multiply this by 90. Now you can come up with 2 phi r into 90 over 360 is 1 over 4. So from this one, you can get the L. Let's get another example here. This is for a semicircle. So for the semicircle, what we have, let's take this one as also L. So for a semicircle, L is 2 phi r for a 360 degrees, which means a full circle. So in order to get for 1 degree, what will be the perimeter? We divide it by 360. And what we need is for a 180 degree. So we multiply it by 180. So you will get the answer like 2 phi r into half. This will be half into 2 phi r, which means phi r. So it's very simple. What you have to do is you have to in order to find the arc length, you have to write the equation for a total circle, which means a full circle. So then you have to divide it by 360. Then multiply it by whatever the angle you require for the section. Whatever the angle the section you require has. So in this case, it's 180. So in this case, if this 360, you have to just put 360. So it will be again 1. So for this case, I have considered it's 90 degrees. So you have to put here 90. So this is theta. This theta is the angle around the center of the circle. which you consider, which the angle of the section of the circle. So it will be clear. It will be clear to you. If not, you can go through again the video. So here it's 25R. So for this is for a semicircle which we have done here. It's the length is sorry. It's the length is 5R. So they have done it like this. So like this. Considering the angle is is the easiest way to do this. So they have considered 360 or 180 over 360. So it's 5R. So now it's clear to you. Here the equation that I used, arc length is 360 over theta times 2 5R, which we took in here, 2 5R times theta 360. They have get this thing to the front. So this is the equation. Arc length is equals theta over 360 times 2 5R. Now you know how this came. So you don't have to memorize this equation in your exams. If you can't memorize, you can just derive. So they have given in a tabular form. It's 1 for 180 for a quarter. Don't try to memorize this half. This is quarter. Likewise, if you can, you may, but you can just get this half thing by getting the 180 over 360. It's half. You just don't have to memorize these things. It's if this quarter it's 90 over 360. If it's quarter, if this 1 over 3, you can just take 120 over 360. Likewise, here also same. Here theta over 360. This is the common equation. This thing has these 3 over 4, 1 over 3, 1 over 4 has taken from this equation. So it will be enough you remember this thing. You just have to put the angle into you have to substitute the angle into this theta. That's what you have to do. So example here, I think you may understand this. Okay, it's okay. Let's take this one. So you have to find out the length of the arc length. So arc length is 1 over 8. What's this 1 over 8 means? 1 over 8 means 45 over 360. So, here in this question it asks, right? So this is the example, and the first thing they ask, what fraction of the circumference of the circle in the figure is the arc length of the shaded sector? So the shaded sector, what's the proportion? They ask. So it's 360 over theta. Theta is 45 here. So you have to put 45 by simplifying this. You can get 1 over 8. So for the arc length, 2 5R is for the total one. So this arc is a 1 over 8 proportion from the total. So you can simply take as 1 over 8 times 2 5R. 5 is 22 over 7. So you can simplify it as 5.5 centimeters. So in this case also the same. Here this time 120 over 360 of 2 5R. 2 5R is for the total circle, as I mentioned many times. 2 5R for the total circle. So by multiplying it by the proportion that we have, it means the proportion of the circle section from the total one, it's 360 120 over 360 times 25r. So you can get the answer very easily. R is equals 21. So example 3 is also the same, very same thing. So you just do these examples and go into the exercises. So for this case, I'll go to this one. So in here, what you have to find is arc length. So what is the arc length? Arc length is this. This is the arc length that you need to find. So how to find this one? Very simple. Arc length, let's take it as L. So for the arc length, uh, for the total circle, we write it 2 phi r. So now we have to put the proportion of the circle section. It's 360 over the angle. What's the angle? What's the angle? Is it 60 degrees? No, 60 degrees is the outside angle. It means the if we take this circle section, the one I draw in the blue color. So the 60 degree is the angle of this circle section. But what we need is the red one. So what it will be? So we know the total angle around center is 360 and this one is 60. We can get 360 minus 60. So we need this angle. It's 360 minus 60. What? 300. So you have to put 300 here. So you need to write this very clearly, right? 2 into, write this also as the arc length, right? Don't put L here. I just write this because it's difficult to write on like this, right? So sorry. 2 5 means 22 over 7. 2 times 22 over 7 times R is what? R is 10.5. R is 10.5 times 300 over 360. So you have to simplify these things. 2 times 22 over 7 times 10.5 times 360, sorry, 300 over 360, which is 55 centimeters. So the length of this, the line that I have drawn in the red color is 55 centimeter, which is the arc length. So do this exercise and comment any issue that if you have. I'll try to get everyone you. So up to now, what we was finding on the circle was the arc length. So the topic of this lesson, what is the topic? It's perimeter. So it's just not only the arc length. So we have to consider the perimeter of the circle section. So let's take this one. So this one, now you can find out the arc length. Now the hardest part is over. Hardest thing is to find out the arc length using the 2 phi r equation and considering the fraction of the circle section and those things. So now the hardest thing, the arc length finding is, So in order to find out the perimeter, you have just considered this length and this length. So how? It's just arc length plus 2 radiuses. this radius and this radius. Arc length plus radius, which is arc length plus 2 into radius. It's very simple. Here, arc length is 360 over 120. This is the fraction. I'm not going to again explain. I have explained how to get the arc length. The arc length is 44. So the perimeter is 44. The arc length plus 2 times the radius. 2 times 21, which is 86 centimeters. So example 2 also the same. This thing also the same. So you can go through this. Find the arc length of the each of the sector given below. So you have just you have to find out the arc length first for this thing. I'll do it for the fourth one. It's 25R. I will not explain much more. I have explained in the previous example, previous activity. 25R into 200 into 360. R is 7. You can just substitute 7 to R and get the answer. This is the arc length. Arc length. Arc length. Okay. So this is a new type question. Okay. You can here. It says that find the radius of the sector. Now they are not giving the radius, right? You have to find out the radius. The first thing is when the angle at the center is 180. Angle at the center means it's a 180 means it's a semicircle. Angle at the center means the angle at the center should be 180 degrees. It means half from 360. So it should be like this. Okay. And the 180 degrees, the circle should be like this. And the perimeter is 180 centimeters. Perimeter means the total length of this thing, this length, and the total arc length. This length plus total arc length, they are saying it's 180 centimeters. So what we can do is we can just build up an equation for this. So in order to do that, we have to consider a symbol for the radius. So we will take the radius as r. Okay. So let's try to build up an equation for the perimeter. So we'll start from here. It's r. Now we are getting an equation for perimeter. Perimeter equals, this thing is r. R plus again r plus now the arc length. How we can get the arc length? It's 25R over 25R times 180 over 360. The arc length. R plus arc length, this thing. So now we have an equation for the perimeter. So the perimeter has given it's 180 centimeters. Okay, so you can just equal this equation into 180. It's 2r plus 25r. This is half, right? 180 over 360. You can just 2 is equals to the perimeter is 180. Okay, so it's you can just simplify 2r plus 25r. You can take the r out. Okay, 2 plus this 2 and 2 is cancelling out. The r is taken into the out. So it's 2 plus 5 is equals 180. So r is equals 180 over 2 plus 5. So by simplifying this, you can get the answer very easily. Okay. So this is also another thing. When the angle at the center is 120, 120 means you have consider a section which has 120 degrees around the center, and the perimeter has 43. The method is very same in the as in the above means in the part one. What you did, you have to just repeat with the different values for the part two. Find the angle and the center of the sector. These things you can go through. Oh no. This is also another thing. Now the unknown one is theta. It means when the perimeter is 64 means you know the perimeter 64, and the radius is 21 centimeters. 21 centimeters mean this is 21 and this is 21. Okay. So in order to get the perimeter, it will be a circular section like this. So you have the radius as 21, 21, and the perimeter, it's 64. It means this plus this plus this. It means 21 plus 21 plus this unknown arc length. Okay, so we will write an equation. 64 is the perimeter, which is equals 21 plus the arc length. In order to find out the arc length, we can write 2 phi r times the angle. What is the angle? So what will be angle? Here, angle is not known. It's unknown. Okay, that's what we are asked to find out. Find the angle. So you just take it as theta and divide it by 360. So by simply find this equation, you can get an answer for the theta. This this one this one has only one unknown, which is theta. Phi r it's 21. You can find out the theta by simplifying this equation. Okay. So now the sound is going a bit different. The same things that you have learned. Now these are very kind of like how to say, it's a combined section. Okay. So this one has a square shape and so rectangular and again a arc length. So for this one, let's do this. Let's go through this one quickly. So for the perimeter, if we start from here, it will be, this length will be 20. So it's 20. Again, another 20 here. So they have write it like this. So again here a 14 centimeter, which is in here. Then the arc length. How to find? It's very simple. It's a semicircle. So half into 2 phi r, which is 180 over 360 into 2 phi r, which is 22. So you can just sum up and get the perimeter as 76 centimeters. So in this case, the figure represents a square lamina of side length 15 centimeter. If the shaded sector, which is AGB, and the triangular portion GE are cut out, find the perimeter of the portion BCDFG, which means BCDFG. So we have to find out the perimeter of this white section. So it's very simple. You can find out this thing. It's 15 centimeter, and this is given as right. If this is 15 centimeters, this is 8 centimeters. So 15, 8. This should be like 7 centimeters. So if this is 7, this and this and should be equal, it indicates. So it is 7. So again, in order to find this one, if this is 7, this total length is 15, so the BC will be 8. Okay, plus this length CD, it's again 15, plus this length, it's DF. What's DF? It's again, this is 15 and again this 6. So it will be, FD will be 9. Okay, so now you need this length. How to find this length? Use the Pythagoras theorem. 6 squared into 8 squared, the square root. So when you are doing the calculation, you have to write this all things, right? So make sure to write like this also. When you ask for the perimeter is equals to BC plus CD plus DF plus FG plus GB, and then substitute to these unknowns. So I'm not writing like this when I'm explaining, because it also will get confused to you. So it's very simple to write like this when you are doing, write like that to make sure that you are not losing marks for these steps. So we were talking like it's 8, 15, and again this is 9. You have to consider the Pythagoras theorem for this one. It's 8 squared plus 6 squared to square root. Okay, it's 8 squares plus 6 square root. It's 10, right? 10 plus this length. What is this? It's 25R, 222 over 7 times R, which is again 7 into this, the angle around the center is 90. The total is 360. Okay. So this is the perimeter, right? You can simplify this and get an answer, right? End of the day came up like 53 centimeters. So this is the exercise you have to go through. I think it will not be that much difficult for you. If you need to do this exercise to you, you can put a comment that you can't do this this part and this part like this. I'll try to figure it out. So try to go through these exercises and comment any issue, comment if you have any issue. So thank you very much.